What's up, guys? I'm back, and today I'm going to be showing you the whole brand new room that I've got set up. Don't mind the sideways couch that's being taken out. But this is the room that I got. So, of course, I got the dual monitors, and this is my new computer. You can see the dust filter working there. I need to go and totally clean that out already. But, essentially, this whole orientation redoing the room was centered around the fact that I built my new computer, the Alienware's over there, and the fact that, of course, a lot of space needed. So, I did a video on it, actually. I have my new Neewer mixer, which is managing my condenser mic, and I have some nice audio splitters back there in the back of my PC that are hooked to the computer so we can get stuff like the sub hooked up. So, of course, got the sub over there, got two side speakers there, and a sub over there. Some pretty good directional sound. I also have a sound bar under my desk, and you can see my cable management as still Spiderweb is much cleaner than what I used to have still. My mixing board's right there, and there's my UPS. All set up and going. And sadly, yes, that's a GTX 1060 with an i7-8700K. Don't judge me, still waiting to upgrade the GPU. Got an old monitor sitting there in the corner. That's what used to be my server monitor for the IBM X3650 Mach 3. Dylan's PC setup is right there now. I gave him the Alienware. And we got all the stuff run down there to power everything. Pretty power inducive. That draws about 240 watts all the time, which is pretty good considering that it's running everything hooked to this PC, which means it's very power sufficient. I would recommend that UPS. Anyways, now we're going to get on to the server rack, which of course it's a poor man's server rack. I'm not going to go out here and buy a $1,000 42U tall server rack, or even half that, because I probably won't use it. So, took this old rack, which I stored a bunch of crud on, cleaned it off, and got this on here. Down there is my rendering and semi-storage server, which has 4 terabytes of storage, 3 right now, because 2 of the hard drives are acting up. Say they're dead even though they're alive. I don't know, the server's having bugs with that. Tried switching around the hard drives, nothing. This here is another server I have, which is probably going to become the dedicated storage. It's got 4 terabytes across, 4 hard drives. Nothing really too bright. It's just a simple Intel Core 2 Duo, 2 gigabytes of RAM, enough to do the job and run Windows. That one down there, on the other hand, has about 36 gigs of RAM, and it has 2 6-core processors, both the Xeons. And of course, it has 4 terabytes spanned across 8 hard drives, each about 1500 RPM. As for what's going to become my SFP switch when I get onto it, got an old E-machine down here. It's got 2 gigabytes of DDR3 and a nice old AMD dual core in there for production. Of course, once again, nothing too special, but it's going to probably become the switch. It's got 2 port guys at the back, so I'll probably be using that to put some cards in. I actually am going to get a network switch for here soon, because one thing you probably see is not very many hanging network cords. Just a single ones connecting those 2 servers in a bond. This is the monitor that I'm currently using as a KBM, or KVM, that's what it is. It's an HP monitor. The reason I chose it is because it was $5, and it has a built-in USB hub splitter, which means I can hook in both my keyboard and my mouse and use only a single cord to split it off. And then I just kind of move the VGA cord around as I want, and that single cord. It's got a mouse up there, and it's a pretty good setup. That right there is replacement hard drives. There's 2 replacement laptop hard drives in there for that one down there if I ever need them. And a 750 gig 3.5 inch for this guy. I got a bunch of my random crud stored there. CDs, Ethernet cords for the Switch when it comes, floppy drives. I don't know. And then beside there is the older PC, which is probably going to be sold, but I don't know, maybe used as a server. I don't know. Stuff kind of happens around here. Assuming that I'm going to sell it, though. And on my screen you can see, of course, the network switch that I'm researching, which I bought. It's actually an Extreme Networks 424T. It is 10-100-1000, which means it's a 1 gigabit switch on every single channel of that 24. It is a managed switch. It may not be factory reset when I get it, but it says it's going to work. I bought it off eBay. If it doesn't, returns. It's got 4 SFP ports, which I plan to get some cheap cards off eBay once again, and hook them to that guy down there to up my internet speed for it. I've actually checked, and my router does support 1 gigabit speed and up, so that's going to be pretty fun. Got a little lockbox on the side here, which has some USB boot drives, as well as the credentials for each of these guys. And really, I don't have everything here hooked up. That's not needed very much yet. It's all starting to be assembled. I think I just finished this room just about a week ago, and it's continuing on. Now, of course, there are some things that I still haven't complete. I'm trying to hook up the printer still. Probably going to hook that to one of these server guys, and we're going to have that as a print server. Probably the running server once again, because it's fast. This one's honestly just going to be for storage. It's nothing really fast. However, it does have some nice gigabit ports in the back of it, 2 of them, which are pretty nice. As you can see, there's the little 2 thing on there. I know this video is really orientated around the server rack. It's kind of what I want it to be. As far as my gaming setup, got some Razer stuff, because that's fun. The PC really has been a big work of art. I mean, I could have gotten a build video of it, but it was just too cluttered to do a build video. But I think I'm going to do a full overview of it soon and actually show you all the parts. There's just a teaser of it. The Alienware has been revamped. I brought it back from the dead, and it has a 500 gig, 5400 RPM hard drive in it, because that's all I had laying around. As well as I put all the parts back in it, and it has a GTX 570. So Dylan can still run some of the games and all that. It's pretty good. Got wall headsets. Pretty good. Hope you enjoyed this little look around. I plan to definitely upgrade the server rack. I may add another server or 2. If I'm going to replace the server, it's going to be that one. My IBM down there is pretty good. If you're also wondering why there's no lid on it, I bought it without the lid. That's why it sold for 80 bucks, I guess. And it had everything working. So I figured, okay, I'll just make a lid for it later along the line. So if I ever get a sheet of metal or a nice sheet of double-edged cardboard, I'll make a nice lid for it. Put some ventilation holes. Got a box down here for the ORIS stuff and for the new WD Black 1TB hard drive I bought for my PC. Yeah, that's essentially it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this little video. Bye.